Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be organising my March TBR today. So I have a couple here that I've already planned, and then the rest I'm going to be planning with you. So for March, I really want to go off books that I both own and are also on my Goodreads want to read. My Goodreads want to read is 900 plus books long, and that's a little overwhelming. Here's the thing though, a lot of the books on my shelves are not on my Goodreads want to read, like the ones that I haven't read yet, because if they're on my shelves I know I want to read them, so I don't bother adding them to my Goodreads want to read. But then also like a few of them are, so I want to like cut my Goodreads want to read down basically. So I've moved a couple books from my February TBR over to my March TBR because I didn't get to them and they are on my Goodreads want to read. So I'll talk through them first because I know them ones. Yeah, basically my March TBR, I just want to cut my Goodreads want to read down because it is 900 plus books long. I want to read too many books. So I really want to get that down while also working on my physical TBR. So that's why there's also not going to be many Kindle reads. But I did just get this book, Swipe, as an e-arc, so I will be reading that. My physical books though, let's go into my physical books and then I'll talk about the couple of Kindle ones I do have, and then we'll start organising the March TBR together. I'm going to go through my Goodreads, we're going to see what I've got on there, what I've got on my shelves, and just see what I'm in the mood for. So the first book is 1,000 Splendid Suns. I have talked about this book twice now because I think it was in both my January and February TBR. Now it's in my March. This is on my Goodreads want to read. I loved Kite Runner by this author, so I feel like this one's gonna be good as well. This one is also very highly rated. I am excited for this book, so don't let the fact that keeps moving monthly TBRs and I'm not getting to it make you think that I don't want to read it. I really do. I just think I've not been in the mood for it, but I do want to read it. I'm gonna insert a clip here of me talking about this book because I've already talked about it, so there you go. So this is set in Afghanistan. You follow, at first there's this girl called Mariam. She's about 15, and she gets sent to Kabul to marry this guy who's about 30 years older than her. And then several years later, nearly 2 decades later, not several years, 2 decades later, you have this girl called Layla who is 15 and she gets sent to live with Mariam and the husband. So they form this like friendship, this bond. You follow them getting to know each other while also living in this family that isn't, you know, what either would have planned. And at the same time they're living in Kabul where the Taliban are in charge of Afghanistan, so there's like bombs and guns and all this stuff happening on the street. So they're navigating around that while also navigating this newfound family. Yes, that's what that book is about. And then we have, I was gonna say The Hate You Give. This is the author of The Hate You Give, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I love this author's other books, so I feel like I'll love this one too. And again, I don't know why I keep transferring this book to new monthly TBRs instead of just reading it. And again, here's a clip of me describing what it's about. You basically follow this young girl called Bree who wants to be a rapper, but at the same time like she's called trouble at school and she's kind of like unsure whether all her dreams will become a reality. But then when her mum loses her job and they start to like go into poverty, struggle to put food on the table, she realizes that following her dream of becoming a rapper is now like a necessity because someone needs to start bringing money into the house. So she really strives to go for it and it follows her on that journey. Okay, great. This is going to be a really quick video to film for these first parts because again, this one transferred from my February TBR. I can't remember if this one was on my January one or not. Either way, this is a sequel to Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which I loved. This is the next one. We're following Ari and Dante again. Here's a clip. you follow Ari and Dante, who you meet in the first book. So the first book is Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. You basically just follow these two boys in their daily lives. So in the first one, Ari and Dante do fall in love. So in this one, you're following them as they're growing up, and you're also following them trying to navigate life in a world where they're not completely accepted. Yeah, it literally says, together the boys are determined to make themselves seen and heard in a world that challenges their very existence. Okay, great. Glad we've gone through those 3 books. That was so quick. So they're the 3 that I've transferred from my February TBR, and then also this one was on my February TBR, but I'm currently reading it now. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I am loving this so much. You have 2 brothers. Wait, here's a clip of what it's about. Basically, you follow these 2 brothers. Their father has just passed, so you follow them in their grieving and then getting through their lives. One is struggling with his relationship with 2 women. Another one is a competitive chess player, and then you follow him being a woman as well, and it's just like following their lives. Currently I'm with Ivan, but I have also been with Peter, so you get like point of views from both brothers, and both brothers are dealing with, obviously they're grieving, but they're in relationships, and you kind of just follow them trying to get through these relationships. With Ivan, we've just met Margaret, and I love Sally Rooney's writing. The way she just writes, it makes things seem so real, and her narratives are always just spot on, and I'm loving it already. So I'm not even that far through, but I am just loving it already. Yeah, so that's exciting. And then for my Kindle, I am currently reading His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I was reading this throughout February, but I didn't finish it, but I have nearly finished it. I feel like I will finish this tonight. It's really good so far. I definitely want to read more from Alice Feeney. You're following a murder investigation. This news reporter has gone back to the town she grew up in. Her ex-husband is there, and he's a detective, so he's reporting on it, and he is investigating it as a detective. And I know the story, but I can't tell you because it's spoilers and it's a thriller, so like telling you would completely ruin the book. And I don't know what parts I can tell you and what parts I can't, but it's really good. The mystery part of it is really fun, and the plot twists are good. See this cover as well, like this thing on the actual cover, that's red and white because it's a red and white friendship bracelet. And yeah, I don't know what I could say about it, but yeah, she goes back to the town, meets up with her ex-husband. There's murders, plural, happening. I feel like I can say that, and it gets intense. It gets worrying and scary, but yeah, I definitely want to read more Alice Feeney. And then Swipe, which I've received an EARC for, which is exciting. So then we have Swipe by R.G. Belsky and Bonnie Traymore. This is a psychological thriller. It is called Swipe because it's to do with murders happening to people who happen to be on dating apps. You follow this woman who meets a guy, and then due to certain circumstances he ends up dead, and then you have the detective who starts to investigate the case, starts to investigate why these guys who are all on this specific dating app are starting to be murdered, and he ends up meeting up with this woman. I think it's the woman he meets up with. Let me double check. Yeah, so the woman who met up with the first guy who was murdered meets up with the detective, and they start to have this like mutual attraction, but then one side, like, he's kind of suspicious, and she's trying to like cover certain tracks because she knew the guy who was murdered. So it's not necessarily that she's a murderer, she could be, who knows, that's what I'm going to find out. But it sounds really interesting, I'm really excited for it. And yeah, so that's all the ones I know about at the moment, and to be honest, based on my reading record at the moment, this would be enough. But you know I love to make long TBRs, so we're going to add to it anyway. So now we're gonna move places so I can go onto my Goodreads on my laptop. Macy, what are you doing? Macy? Macy? Sorry, I disturbed you. So I've got my Goodreads up. Hey, one book ahead. Let's go to my books. And then want to read 986, and that doesn't include ones on my shelf, like some of the ones on my shelves. Okay, so we're starting, this is from the first ever ones that were added. Wolfborough. I have read Wolfborough, but I read this for high school and I really liked it. So I want to reread it at home because like I feel like when you read a book for yourself, you find it much more enjoyable than when you read it for a class. So I want to reread the first one and finish the series. It is like, I believe it is a middle grade, but it was really fun and really interesting. I feel like I want to start from the newest ones though. Oh, Will You Love Me? I have this. I have been wanting to read that for a while. So we have Will You Love Me. That's quite possible that I might have that. Cinder I have, but I don't want to start any new series at the moment. With the exception of maybe reading The Rose Bargain. Paper Towns. I need to read Paper Towns, and I do have that. Do I want to read that this month though? What else do I have? I don't know if I want to read that. I'm going to write it down, but I don't think I will go with that one. I have this, but I don't want to start any new series. Me Before You, I have that, but I don't think I'm feeling that. And again, it is a series, but it's not really like a one you have to read the whole series for, I don't think. I don't have any of these. No, I don't have them. The Starless Sea. I could read The Starless Sea. I'm gonna write that down. I said I wanted to start from the newer ones, but I kind of just kept going with the oldest ones. The Book Thief. I do really want to read The Book Thief, actually. Life of Pi, that could be good, and I have that. Life of Pi. Holding Up the Universe. I really do want to read some more of my Jennifer Niven books, so I am going to put that on here. The Midnight Library. My friend told me to read this, and I had it in my December TBR, I think, and I didn't read it, so I feel like I will need to put that one on here and get it done so I can tell her that I read it. City of Bones. I started this years ago, like when I was in high school, and I DNF'd the first one and I've never gone back to it. So if you've read this series and you really love it, persuade me to carry it on. Because I know it's obviously very highly rated and so many people love it, but I DNF'd the first one. I don't really DNF anymore, so like if I start it now I'd have to finish it, but not right now because I don't want to do a new series. I don't own any of these. My dog. It's my dog. Oh my goodness, Lucy. I really want to read this. Anjo and Laurie. You know when you have a book you want to read and then you just forget that it exists? Never. I don't own this, but it's reminding me that I could do a retelling. I love retelling. I just uploaded my reviews for the Ever Dark, Ever Deadly series. I love that series so much, and like while I was writing my reviews I got to like go back over my notes for those books and it just reminded me how good they were. If you read any series this year, if you want like a new series to read this year, make it Ever Dark, Ever Deadly by Jenna Collette. It is chef's kiss, fabulous, wonderful, love it so much. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I do need to read that. But yeah, I don't think I want to read it right now. Or do I? Maybe I do actually. Because I just finished watching, well, I didn't just finish watching, but like recently, me and my mum watched the TV show that came out. So I feel like, actually, I do feel like I kind of want to read that. The Hating Game, I do have this. And I don't have any adult romance on here at the moment. So let's put that on there. A Man Called Ove. That could be cute. I do have that. I'm not writing down every single one that I own, by the way. I am scrolling past some. Guys, this is gonna be a good month of reading. I'm not gonna get through half of those, to be honest. Oh, I could read my graphic novel of that because I am in the mood for like a graphic novel. I've read the written version, but not the graphic novel version. This sounds really good, and I do have it. So I'm gonna put it on here, but I don't know whether I will include it. Oh, A Day of Fallen Night. I'm gonna put it on there. I don't know if I will read it because it is very long, but I really, really, really want to read this one. Like, this is probably one I want to read the most, but then also the one that I'm kind of the most scared of. I really want to read it. Oh yes, Love on the Brain. This one I definitely will put on there because I'm going to see Ali Hazelwood and Alex Astor. Is it Astor? Yeah. The author who wrote Light Luck series, as well as Ali Hazelwood, is going to be there. So I want to read at least one more of her books because I read The Love Hypothesis, which I absolutely loved. So I bought this and still haven't read it. I haven't read Light Luck either. I'm going because my sister loves Light Luck and she wanted someone to go with her. And I was like kind of scared because what if I get spoiled for Light Luck? But it's to do with her Summer in the City romance book that's coming out. So I'm hoping that it will be more discussion about that than spoilers for Light Luck. But then also when I saw Ali Hazelwood was going, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll come. I've only read The Love Hypothesis, but I loved it so much. But I really want to read this as well before I go. Fear After All, that could be a good one. I do have that. I don't really know what that's about, but I'm like pretty sure I've seen good reviews for it. Guys, based on this list so far, why can't I spell remarkably? Remarkably, yeah. I need to read at least one book a day. Which isn't gonna happen, obviously. Notes on an Execution. I do have this, but I don't think I want to read that right now. I do want to read it. I really want to read it. I think it'll be really good. It sounds really interesting, but I don't want to read it right now. Oh, I went too far. Never a Hero. I really, really want to read this, but I feel like I do want to reread the first one for that, so I don't know. Okay. The Ashrat King. Oh, I'm so excited for this book. I loved the first one. The first one is The Stardust Thief. I couldn't remember the name of it for a minute there. And I really, really loved it. And I cannot wait for the second one. I could read that. I have this. For some reason I thought this was a series though. It's it's not. I don't know why I thought it was. I'm gonna put it down. It does have a low average rating, kind of low. Well, no, 3 point. I feel like I don't know what you count as low. I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was younger. That's why I want to read that, because it's about like an archaeologist and it's about romance. This I'm so excited for. Do you remember when I talked about the Ever Dark, Ever Deadly series? It's about a side character from one of the books in that. And he was such a great side character, and I'm so excited. Summer's on the Reaping, yes, of course. That is automatically just on my TBR, but I don't have it right now. It's coming out mid-March. And of course, I will be reading that, like, as soon as it's delivered to my house. Guys, we're nearly at the end. These are all, like, releases for this year, so of course I don't really own any of these. I wonder what my last added book was. The new Legends of Lattes. That is my 977 want to read on Goodreads. Wait, did I miss Prison's Throne, or did I just not mark it down? I didn't put it on my want to read. I don't know, I think they got this many. We've got to narrow that down. I'm going to take out ones that I'm really not feeling. Okay, so wait, I don't want to highlight them, I want to cross them off. I'm going to cross off what I'm going to cross off. So let's just run through the final list. The first thing I want to point out is I should put some light on this situation. So the first thing I want to point out is there's a ghost in this room. Has anyone heard that? Like, dogs can see ghosts. What are you looking at, Maisie? That is Taylor Swift on a poster. That's what she's looking at. Oh, are you okay? What's the matter? What's the matter? There's something in the wardrobe? Go have a look. Oh, you want to go have a look? Okay. That's ominous. In you go. I don't know what it is. What do you see, Momo? I can't see ghosts like you can. I don't know if that's just like a myth or something, but I heard it somewhere. There's no one in the wardrobe, Momo. Just okay. You go have a look then. But I can't see anybody. I promise you, it's okay. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for warning me. But there's nobody in there. I hope. That's weird. Why are you... Okay. She's still here. Anyway, I can't tell if the light makes it better or not. Does it reflect off the books too much? Anyway, what was I going to say? Yes, let's talk through the TBR properly. Now I'm actually performing this to a ghost. Hey, Mr. Ghosty. Anyway, I said about the Karen McManus book, Two Can Keep a Secret. I don't actually own that. I thought I did. The one I own is actually Nothing More to Tell. So I won't be reading this because it wasn't on my want to read list, and we're trying to get that down specifically. But yeah. Bless me. My dog wants to leave the room. Something in here is scaring her. But yeah, so we won't be reading Two Can Keep a Secret because I don't own it. this is the one that I thought was 2 Can Keep a Secret, but it's Nothing More to Tell. So the TBR has gone back down to 11, not 12, and I could replace that with something else, but I feel like I shouldn't do that because I'm already not going to read 11, to be honest, and I do have a couple thrillers on my Kindle anyway to read. Well, one, because one I'm literally now going to finish probably straight after filming the rest of this. Or am I going to read Intermezzo? What am I in the mood for right now? I'll probably finish the thriller and then I'll read a little bit of Intermezzo. Anyway, the rest of the TBR. So we have A Failure After All by Raquel Marie. I hope that's how you pronounce it. This is a young adult contemporary novel. You follow Ophelia, and you just follow her in a normal everyday life, going through like high school drama, trying to understand her identity and work out who she is. And I think it's got a lot of good reviews, so I think that'll be really good. So we have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. As I said, Love to Love Hypothesis. So I just really want to read more from this author. I read The Love Hypothesis so long ago now, and I don't know why it's taken me this long to get to this one. It has been on my shelves since it came out. So yeah, I don't know why I'm only just gonna read it. I might not even read it. Who knows? But I hope I do. I feel like I will because, like I said, I'm gonna go see her next month. So I feel like I want to read this for when I go do that. Yeah, so I think it's set at NASA. Yeah, so she gets offered a role at NASA to do a neuroengineering project, but there's this annoying guy there, and then I gather that they start to fall in love. And they're just fun and cute. There, I've only read one, but The Love Hypothesis was just like fun and cute, so I feel like this will just be fun and cute, and probably more words that I just can't think of right now. And then we have The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This was marketed as like The Cruel Prince, and since seeing that comparison, I've wanted to read this so much. My sister literally just finished this as well, like literally 5-10 minutes ago, and she gave it 5 stars. She said it was really good, so I'm very excited for it. She said it is like reminds her a bit of like Bridgerton, and I believe it is marketed as Cruel Prince with a bit of selection, so yeah, that makes sense. She's never read the selection, but I'm really excited for it. Yeah, so this is called The Rose Bargain because these girls, you make bargains with the queen, and this girl, main character, comes along and her bargain wants to be about finding out the truth of what happened to her sister, who like disappeared and then reappeared, and she wants to know like all about that. But then the queen turns it around and decides that this year she's going to make it into a game, and she makes it into this like competition, and if you win, I think you win your bargain. Oh no, you win the hand of the Fae son, Prince Bram, and the main character wants to win that because since the disappearance of her sister, their family has been cast out because of that, because it's like strange that someone disappeared and then come back. Well, I gather that's why. I mean, I wouldn't really cast anyone out for that reason, but apparently in this society they do. So I am really excited for it. I think it's gonna be really fun, and I loved the selection, and I loved The Cruel Prince, and this is marketed as them tied together, so excited for that actually. And then we have Demon in the Wood by Leigh Bardugo and Danny Pendergast. My camera cut out. I'm low on storage, so let's just get through these while I can. Yeah, so Demon in the Wood, it's based on like the Darkling's story of growing up, and it was really interesting to read. So I'm excited to see it in graphic novel form. If you haven't read the Grishaverse, you should, because it is wonderful, it is brilliant, and then you could read this one. But I would not advise advise reading this one if you haven't read at least Shadow and Bone, because this gives you a bit more understanding to the Darkling's character, who is a character in Shadow and Bone. The Darkling, yeah. I'll put that together somehow. Editing me make that all make sense. Yeah, and then we have Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. This is about an archaeologist who gets sent on this really cool dig, and then this guy there who she knows, I believe they have like a past. Yeah, they've known each other since grad school, and now they're both on this really fancy dig, and they're kind of like rivals to lovers, I think it's gonna be, because yeah, they didn't really get on, but now they've got to work together because there's something mysterious happening at the dig site, and I used to want to be an archaeologist. That's why I picked this up, so I hope that it's going to be good. I don't want to say high hopes because the rating is kind of low as well, but I do kind of have high hopes because it sounds really good. A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. So we have this absolute mammoth. I'm so excited for this. The only reason I haven't read it yet is because of the size. It is a little bit intimidating, but also like I read Priory so fast compared to my normal reading pace because I just could not put it down. So if this is written in the same way, then I feel like I will just fly through it again. And I'm so excited to get back into this world and Samantha Shannon's writing, which I absolutely loved. Her characters as well, like I adored her characters. This isn't the same characters, like this is a prequel set before Priory, but if she writes characters as well as she did in the Priory, then I'm gonna love them again. I just know I am. And it just gives you like what all the events that kind of happened before we got to like the Priory, because there's this whole world and it's very, very intricate. It's very much like a lot of world building and political intrigue within. The camera cut out again, but basically what I was saying is I can't wait to read this, and this is like a prequel that has like all different events that happened pre-Priory, and I think it's gonna be brilliant. So those, my Kindle ones and what I talked about earlier, that is my March TBR. Them ones, and then the ones that are spine facing the other way. I can't wait to read all of these actually. I don't think I'll get through all of them. I want to say, what do I want to say? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want to read in March. And hopefully see you again soon. Bye.